It's really easy to just be discouraged, isn't it? To focus on all the things that are broken, all the things that aren't the way we want them to be, all the things we wish would just be different. But God tells us to give thanks in spite of our circumstances, because giving thanks, living with the spirit of gratitude, is essential to our mental health. And whether you realize it or not, there's so much to be thankful for. The Bible tells us He's given us everything we need for life and for godliness. And so this means that no matter what is happening in our lives, no matter what we're dealing with, what we're struggling with, how we're feeling, there is always something to be grateful for. Now, that's easier said than done, isn't it? Because if we're honest, it's so much easier to focus on all the things that are not instead of the things that are. But here's the problem with that. The Bible teaches us that when we don't give thanks, it literally darkens and confuses our mind. In other words, when we don't give thanks, we can't see things for what they truly are. It becomes impossible to process our emotions and our feelings and our thoughts correctly. And God literally warns and commands us to not live a life of complaining and grumbling, entitlement and negativity, because He knows it will darken our mind and confuse our thoughts. So instead, the Bible tells us not to be anxious about anything, but in every situation by prayer and petition with thanksgiving to present our requests to God. And if we do, it says the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard our hearts and our minds in Christ Jesus. And so here's what that's saying. When mental health challenges come, pray and give thanks. Even though you may not feel thankful, when you choose to express gratitude, it is so profound. It's literally what God tells us to do when we struggle, to just stop and pray and give thanks. Because prayer and gratitude are a part of God's solution for dealing with the anxiety and the depression and the insecurity, the mental health challenges that we all deal with. And He promises that when we do, peace that doesn't even make sense in the midst of all of our circumstances will literally come and protect our minds from the kingdom of darkness. And all throughout the Bible, we see stories of people and teenagers and young adults who learned how to keep their heart and their mind healthy simply by giving thanks and living with the spirit of gratitude, choosing to look beyond the circumstances that they were facing and just being grateful. And gratitude is the natural response of God's goodness and grace in our lives. And so when we choose to thank God for who He is and what He's doing in our life, our gratitude becomes a weapon that enables us to walk in victory over our circumstances and our struggles. So are you ready for your tool? Well, here it is. Every morning when you wake up and whenever you start to feel the struggle coming on, just choose to give thanks. Thanks for what? Well, you can thank God for today. You can thank God for your family and your friends. You can thank God for a phone or something that you're getting to watch this on right now. You can thank God for His grace, His forgiveness, His mercy. You can thank God that you are alive and breathing, that He's with you and that He's good and that He's good to you. So come on. It's so simple, but it's so powerful. Give thanks and cultivate a spirit of gratitude in our life. Because when we give thanks, the peace of God that goes beyond our understanding will guard our hearts and our minds, and we can experience true mental health.